On the 10th floor of the tower. What's this? The 10th floor? They really went all out with the landscaping here, huh? That tree's so tall you can't even see the top. Sect Leader, our external projection formation has been cut off. Does that mean our live stream is down? Why did the image turn into this mysterious pattern the moment they entered the 10th floor? It feels full of uncertainty and variables. Where did those 9 martial sovereigns go? Could they be using this vast forest to hide their tracks? An earthquake? Fly above the forest quickly and check what's happening. We're at the foot of a mountain. It's the mountain that's shaking. Both the sect leader and the All Time Sect disciples were brought to the 10th floor of the tower by the martial sovereign. They were surprised to find themselves in a forest of towering trees. Just as they were about to begin searching the area, the ground suddenly shook. The sect leader quickly ordered the disciples to climb the trees to get a better view. From the treetops, the sect leader was shocked to see an enormous stone giant standing in the distance, staring directly at them. It was so massive that they seemed no bigger than ants in comparison. Vile pests! How dare you bring chaos to my falling star continent? Great wilderness annihilation! The stone giant launched an attack toward them, but it was merely a projection from the past. However, unaware of this, they believed the attack was real and instinctively dodged it. That's the martial sovereign of the great wilderness from the first floor? The difference in power is like night and day. But it looks like he's not even targeting us? By bringing the All Time Sect to the 10th floor, the martial sovereigns revealed to their successors the past battle against invaders from beyond the realm who sought to conquer the Starfall continent. During the fight, the martial sovereign of the great wilderness launched a powerful attack at his opponent, but the enemy dodged skillfully and counterattacked, striking the great wilderness sovereign's giant stone avatar on the head, causing it to crash heavily to the ground. Such a powerful martial sovereign, yet his colossal form couldn't even withstand a single strike. That figure in the black robe is the strongest being on this continent. Is this all you've got? You dare underestimate us? Splitting the world. The sword sovereign swiftly unleashed his heaven and earth splitting strike at the robed man. The attack tore through the clouds and split the forest floor, cleaving the man in half, yet he did not die. Instead, his body split into 2 identical figures, each standing as if nothing had happened. A single sword strike carries such terrifying power. It's the sword sovereign. Such crude control over power. What a waste of this world's spiritual energy. Why not offer this entire continent to our race? The beginning of this war really was because we underestimated you. We even let you wipe out all the ordinary martial sovereigns in one strike. However, we, the 10 great martial sovereigns, are the supreme existences of this continent. We're far beyond those juniors you ambushed before. From the way the spirit absolute martial sovereign speaks, it sounds like there were many martial sovereigns in ancient times, but only a few reached the peak. But wait. 10 great martial sovereigns? Wasn't there always only 9 ancient martial sovereigns? In our eyes, you are no different from those who've already died. After being split into 2 by the sword sovereign, the invader reformed himself and launched an attack on the great wilderness sovereign. However, the wilderness sovereign blocked the strike and immediately counterattacked. Do you really think I, the great wilderness martial sovereign, am some pushover? Fierce sand whirlwind strike. Haha. Just a final struggle before death. Should I call you the great wilderness martial sovereign? Or should I call you Master? Jir? I raised and nurtured you to inherit my legacy. How could you side with an alien race? Just like in my memory, you cultivate the fiercest martial arts, yet you're sentimental, soft-hearted, and indecisive. Don't tell me that with your insight you still can't tell. Your Jir is already dead. It's the great wilderness body refining art. The moves, even the habits in battle, are identical to Jir. It has taken over Jir's body and devoured Jir's memories. No, not just that. The 18 scatterhand techniques of the flowing cloud martial sovereign. The indestructible golden body of bitter monk. The flowing water steps of the four formless martial sovereign. Many missing martial sovereign have left traces, all on him. Both launched their attacks, and as their strikes collided, they were pushed back by the impact. 1, 2. There are a total of 9 of these invaders. The 5 elements and the boss are still preparing. We're currently at a disadvantage. The soul race. Their aura is faint and eerie, ghostly and chilling. They possess the formless body, and reverse control the corporeal. The soul is supreme, and the body must submit. So, once we take over your body, we gain control over your memories, your martial arts, your spiritual power. Everything you possess will become ours. You people of the Starfall continent focus only on spiritual energy cultivation, not on soul refinement. You're perfect prey for our soul race. And also, among your ancient martial sovereigns, one more is about to become our companion. Ha! While he was fighting a soul clan member who had taken over his disciple's body, the spirit absolute martial sovereign, who was battling 2 other soul clan members, was pushed back toward him. Seeing that the sovereign was about to be overtaken, he rushed to protect him and lost one of his arms in the process. Even 2-on-1, you've lasted this long. Your spiritual energy regeneration is truly remarkable. But this is the end. Many of those we've devoured were your friends. So your weaknesses, we know them all. He was pushed back by the 2 Soul Clan members. Taking advantage of the opening, one of them swiftly launched a soul attack, destabilizing his soul, making it feel as though it would tear free from his body. At the same time, the other tried to devour his soul in order to seize his body and memories. But just in time, the great wilderness sovereign rushed in front of him and blocked the attack. It's over! I told you. I'm the vanguard of this battle. How can I let you all die in front of me? Great wilderness! Your arm? To quickly break free from that enemy trapping me, some sacrifices had to be made. You're the 3rd strongest among us. If you fall, or worse, get assimilated, the rest of us probably won't last much longer either. I have to win more time for the 5 elements and the boss. As they were surrounded by the Soul Clan, 3 Soul Clan members launched a coordinated attack on them. To protect the absolute martial sovereign, he kicked him away from the battlefield, choosing to face the enemies alone. Great wilderness, you're crazy. Why did you kick me? Lingjue, live on a bit longer for me. Let me turn the tide of this battle. As the Soul Clan members closed in on him, he smiled calmly and unleashed his ultimate technique, Desolation. In a blinding flash, he self-destructed, taking 2 Soul Clan members with him and leaving the 3rd gravely wounded. Witnessing the sacrifice, the absolute martial sovereign was consumed by rage. Without hesitation, he dashed toward the injured enemy and struck it down, ending its life in a single, furious blow. Great wilderness! Soul Clan! I'll kill you! That great wilderness martial sovereign, did he just self-destruct? This move is called Desolation. With the great wilderness body, one can nurture a world within their dantian. At the final moment, they can detonate this internal world, unleashing power that shatters the laws of heaven and earth. But the price is total annihilation of soul and body. So unless it's the absolute final moment, it must never be used. As the person I have chosen to inherit the great wilderness body, I only hope you'll never be forced to use this move. Ancient times, the far north of the Starfall continent. The 5 elemental energy here has massively dissipated. This must be the place. Who would have thought that such a small rift almost caused the complete destruction of Starfall continent? 5 elements, are you sure you want to do this? Once this move is made, there's no turning back. At the brink of life and death for Starfall continent, what is there to hesitate? These alien races, not only can they possess our bodies, but they can also devour our memories, spiritual power, cultivation techniques. They will consume everything that belongs to Starfall continent. This place was once a vast fertile land. Now it's become a lifeless desert. They're like a swarm of locusts. Nothing survives in their path. Not even a trace of spiritual energy is left. Boss, do it. Making them deal with 9 Soul Clan members at once is already too much. If we delay, the situation may change. Use the 5 elements as the base, the sovereign as the guide. Draw upon the mighty power of the heavens and earth and starfall. Forbidden flame. What is this feeling? It's as if the world itself has become slow. Ha ha ha, cough cough. Looks like boss and 5 elements have already begun. You invading Soul Clan bastards. Are you ready to die here on Starfall? Foolish. Even if you trade injury for injury, at most you'll destroy just one of my bodies. The Soul Clan survives through the soul. I can possess a new host anytime, like that one right there, battered and bruised. I've had no family my entire life. The one thing I'm thankful for was joining the Great Desolation Sect. I grew up with Desolation, trained my whole life. He always protected me when we were young. Later, I advanced slightly faster because of my spiritual veins and intended to protect him for life. That brat dared to blow himself up right in front of me. Ha! This level of spiritual power fluctuation? I'll be completely wiped out too. Another madman. You killed my closest brother, my only family. If you don't leave your life behind, that's just not right. He also self-destructed, just like the great wilderness sovereign, and in doing so, killed the last remaining Soul Clan member who had survived the previous blast. Hey, shirtless kid, who's your best buddy? Haha. Sigh, to hell with it. I'll give you my spiritual vein physique. What's with that attitude? You think I'm weak? I ranked even higher than the sect leader. Why does this feel like entrusting a child before dying, giving away your special physiques? There's no mention of the Soul Clan in present-day Starfall continent. Though this battle was tragic. I suppose you all won? Then why did you trap your souls forever in the 10-direction Death Tower? Training the next generation under the guise of trials? Win? Both sides were completely wiped out. At best, it was a draw. There were only 9 of them, yet they exhausted the strongest we had. But what if I told you? Those 9 were merely scouts, probing the way for the real Soul Clan army? The true Soul Clan army was lurking nearby, ready to strike. Good thing we were prepared in advance. Otherwise, when their main army entered, Starfall continent would have been annihilated. The 5 elements is the root of spiritual power in Starfall. And I, the 5 elements martial sovereign, can sacrifice my body to channel the source of heaven and earth's spiritual energy. The entire spiritual energy source of Starfall was enough to seal this spatial rift. As for the 9 who escaped, Lingjue, Desolation, Sword, Thunder, Lingyin, Phantom Dream, Windrider, Nameless. Don't let me down. You didn't shame Starfall. You brought down the last one too. Seems like I have no other choice. It'll be you then. But kid, your swordsmanship is pretty impressive. Many thanks, senior. I won't let the sword transformation physique go to waste. So this time, I guess I won. After all, I even held on until we finished carving your names on the monument before I died. After 10,000 years, Starfall continent can still produce such outstanding talents. I deserve first credit. Boss and 5 elements haven't shown up yet. How can you claim first credit? This 10th floor was actually created to pass on the truth about the Soul Clan to future generations. The original forms of the Soul Clan may not have been strong, but with every possession, they absorb spiritual power, and even strengthen their souls. What Boss discovered is that Soul Clan can absorb not only spiritual energy from nature but also the energy from plants, techniques, and even the spiritual force from battle moves. Only overwhelming power that destroys both the Soul Clan's true form and the body they've possessed can truly eliminate them. It was our weakness. Fighting to the death was the only way we figured that out. Thank you, seniors, for giving your lives to protect Starfall continent. Only because of you do we get to live ours. But judging from what you've all said, Is the Soul Clan on the move again? I used the body of the 5 elements martial sovereign as the core of the formation, with 9 other martial sovereigns as the formation points. By drawing upon the spiritual power source of the Starfall continent, we managed to seal the passage through which the Soul Clan was invading. This tower is the physical embodiment of the formation. Due to its influence, the spiritual energy of the Starfall world has withered. We hoped to pass on all that we had learned so the Starfall continent wouldn't fall into decline. Unfortunately, the continent shattered, and this 10 Directions Death Tower could not last either. Now, it is on the verge of collapse. This presence. You're the formation spirit that was causing trouble for us. I am the formation sovereign, the leader of the 10 martial sovereigns. Previously I placed heavy pressure on you because I sensed the aura of the Soul Clan on you. But after careful inspection, I have confirmed that you are all true natives of the Starfall continent. Even that young friend who carries traces of the Soul Clan's aura is still, at the core, one of us. Although we sealed the Soul Clan's passage, we were completely annihilated in the process. Only remnants of our souls remain, and we cannot step outside the 10 Directions Death Tower. Now that the tower is about to collapse, it will be up to your generation to resist the Soul Clan. Young one, how many martial sovereigns do you have now? We must awaken them to the Soul Clan's threat. Even though spiritual energy is lacking, surely you could still gather around 10 martial sovereigns? Well, how should I put it? The strongest in Starfall now is a martial saint. A martial saint? Back in my day, even my personal book boy was a martial saint. How did Starfall continent fall into such decline? I heard that 1,000 years ago there were 9 martial sovereigns. But overnight some mysterious person took them all away. Took them all away? What were they? Leftovers at a banquet. First the Soul Clan, now a mysterious enemy. Why is everyone targeting Starfall continent? This makes the passing on of our legacies even more urgent. The other sovereigns have probably already chosen their inheritors. Formation Sovereign will definitely choose that little girl. I'll choose you. With your potential, you're worthy of inheriting my 5 elements physique. Seems like the 5 elements martial sovereign truly considers your sect leader his official successor, if he's even revealing his true face. Senior of the great wilderness, you sovereigns are all bold and majestic. If the 5 elements martial sovereign ranks second, he must be equally handsome, right? His nickname is cold as ice, chill as snow. His appearance alone could freeze hearts. Isn't spiritual energy supposed to enhance the body at high levels? All the martial sovereigns should be good-looking. How could the 5 elements martial sovereigns be so carefree with his appearance? Cultivation is about discipline. Not a speck of spiritual power should be wasted on useless things. All that beauty nonsense? That's the path of heresy. But isn't it said that spiritual energy improves the body quietly, clears blackheads, smooths skin, nourishes hair, even comes with beauty filters? Wait a second. Could the 5 elements physique reduce attractiveness and cause hair loss? Impossible. You hesitated just now. When the Starfall continent's survival is at stake, what do a few strands of hair matter? I'll survive the calamity for sure. But why must I gamble my youthful appearance? Your disciples are all accepting the inheritance. You must also accept your own legacy, and the responsibility to defend Starfall continent. I will build the number 1 sect on Starfall continent. If anyone threatens Starfall, I'll be the first to strike. But I'm not ready to go bald in my prime. The 5 elements spiritual energy is mixed. It can cause hormonal imbalances. But it's only a probability. Look, that kid also has the innate 5 elements physique, and he still looks pretty normal. Host, don't worry. That handsome equals strong setting was used by a predecessor. You can safely accept the 5 elements physique. Alright, I trust you. Besides, you have Chan now. Whether you're bald or not, does it really matter anymore? Huh. What I pass to you isn't just the 5 elements physique, it's also all my cultivation insights since becoming a martial sovereign. Feel the sensation of all the world's spiritual energy flowing into your control. All the martial sovereigns began to pass on their inheritances to the disciples they had chosen. The 10 Directions Death Tower is glowing gold. What are Jun Chang Xiao and the others doing in there? It's not just glowing. The 10 Directions Death Tower is collapsing. After the sovereigns completed passing on their inheritances to the disciples they had chosen, the tower began to collapse little by little. Using this formation, we clung to life for 10,000 years. But it's finally coming to an end. Once the tower shatters, we'll burn our final soul remnants to sustain the sealing formation for another 10 years. Your talent is unlike any we've seen. If you had enough time, maybe 10 years, you truly could become the next martial sovereigns. Unfortunately, only 10 years remain. And there are only 10 of you. Let it be said that we offered what little strength we had left to Starfall Continent. Seniors, in 10 years' time, our growth will exceed your expectations. And we have not just 10 talents like us, we have thousands. Ha ha. I know you're just trying to comfort us, young one, but that's a bit much. Why not say your whole sect is made of geniuses? If that were true, that would be wonderful. Then you might truly be able to defeat the Soul Clan. But sadly, we will never see that outcome. Everyone. Let us fight together, one last time. Would any of you be interested in joining my All Time Sect? To personally witness the crushing defeat of the Soul Clan? City Lord, the 10 Directions Death Tower seems like it's about to collapse. The 10 Directions Death Tower completely collapsed after the sovereigns finished passing on their inheritances. A tower that stood tall for 10,000 years. How could it suddenly fall? Sect Leader, will City Lord Han and the others suspect? Think that we caused the tower to collapse and demand compensation? Watch closely. I'll teach you a brand new, iron rule of the All Time Sect. Strike first to gain the upper hand. What a majestic grand central capital! What a City Lord Han! To neglect the maintenance of a 10,000-year-old relic like that, leading to its collapse. And nearly injuring our brilliant young talents. So it wasn't your fault. What do you mean it wasn't? If our sect didn't specialize in body refinement, any one of us could have been seriously injured by falling rubble. You think we wouldn't sue you for tens of thousands in damages? Clearly your underlings embezzled the funds meant for maintaining the 10 Directions Death Tower. A cultural relic like this, my heart aches. Crushed by an ancient relic, who else has that experience? Who's going to compensate us for the physical pain and the emotional trauma? Oh? Is that so? How about this? All these losses and damages, we'll give you a generous discount. We'll offset the rental fee for borrowing your Grand Central Capital Image Projection Array. That's an unparalleled deal. I'll take a little hit. I'm sure City Lord Han won't object. The green mountains won't change, the flowing rivers will go on. Our sect's great formation is running low on power. We'll take our leave first. The last time I saw anyone this shameless, it was those punks from the Heaven Defiant gang. Especially their sect master. His shamelessness rivals that of Jun Chang Xiao. I remember he had decent talent, something like a 5 elements body. Even now, saying his name makes me grit my teeth. Heaven Defiant Gang Master, Xia Ding. All Time Sect Backyard. So that's why the training tower suddenly vanished. It was moved by the sect leader. Esteemed seniors, welcome to the strongest sect under the heavens, the All Time Sect. The energy leaking from the training tower is already far stronger than before. This must be what the sect leader mentioned earlier, an upgraded version. The tower has evolved. Indeed. The new Training Tower 2.0 now has a geometrically increased difficulty. But with that, the rewards are also leagues ahead. You might even receive personal guidance from the ancient sovereigns themselves. Now go! Clear those floors. Show the might of the All Time Sect. We can't let the ancient sovereigns underestimate us. Young friend, your words weren't just empty talk. Your All Time Sect truly has an abundance of talent. Just from glancing at a few disciples, I can see they're gifted beyond measure. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. You'll be surprised plenty more in the days to come. But since the tower only has 9 floors, I'm afraid we'll have to trouble you, Formation Sovereign, to become the tower's spirit. It's no trouble. To not vanish entirely is already a great blessing. Still, young friend, this training tower is truly miraculous. It matches perfectly with our individual attributes. It's as if it was tailor-made for us. It feels like the tower has merged with the entire sect. We can even leave the tower and wander around inside the sect itself. Quite a coincidence. Perhaps the heavens couldn't bear to see you all fade away so pitifully. But with the 10 directions Death Tower shattered, I worry it may impact the ceiling formation. Also, your disciple has clearly fought with the Soul Clan before. Young friend, please head to the far northern wastes at once to investigate. Formation Sovereign, rest assured. This matter is of great importance. We will set out immediately to reinforce the seal. Boss, although this sect has great potential, potential alone is not power. Without a martial sovereign, how can they stand against the Soul Clan? We have no other choice. We must bet everything on the All Time Sect and nurture the next generation of talent with all we have. However, one thing puzzles me. This young man, Jun, is clearly on our side. Why would he deceive us? Deceive? He clearly said that there are no martial sovereigns left in today's Starfall continent. But in their sect, there is one. Although the aura suggests the breakthrough happened just recently. Far northern wastelands. I must be insane to believe this birdless, barren place would hold some great opportunity. I gave you such powerful devouring power. And you still don't trust me? It's not that I don't trust you, it's just that suddenly having an old man claiming to be a god inside my body. Anyone would have a hard time believing that. Words mean nothing. But after I awakened, didn't I tell you the world's shackles were weakening? And hasn't your devouring power increased significantly? Well, that part is true. Then we must take advantage of this window while the world's restraints weaken, reach the place where our powers are sealed. Unseal it, and awaken the ultimate devouring force.